situation, and they're gathering information right now. The facility they're specifically looking into is Green Empire Farms here after we learned about employees who tested positive for the virus here. Now, initially, a small group of workers were tested positive for COVID-19 back in April. Then Madison County officials called on the state to perform proactive testing on the nearly 300 other employees. That testing happening over the weekend, and at last checked, 75 people from Madison County tested positive and just over 50 seasonal workers from Oneida County. But in a press conference yesterday, the Oneida County executive says 21 more workers have tested positive. Now, county health leaders stressing they do not believe COVID-19 spread in the facility, but in the hotels many of the employees stay in together in both Madison and Oneida counties. Pacenti sharing a breakdown of the cases he's seeing and how it relates to facilities like Green Empire Farms.
When you do an overall scope of it, you'll see that facility-related cases are at approximately 67%, and the non-facility related, or public contact, if you will, is at 33% that are not directly related to a facility.
Now, those who tested positive for the virus are in quarantine in their hotels, and others who are waiting on those results are also in isolation right now. We're expecting an update from Madison County health officials this morning, and we'll bring you the latest as soon as we know what's going on. Live in Oneida, Julia LeBlanc, News Channel 9.
Julia, thank you. Well, there's so much talk about reopening these days, but doing that and staying open may hinge on disinfecting the venues. Jeff Kulikowski caught back up with one of the co-founders of Eaglehawk to learn about their sky-high solution to this problem.
When I first met the team from Eaglehawk at the Syracuse Tech Garden last year, they were a Genius New York finalist focused on using drones to inspect buildings, especially roofs, with possible leaks. But in early March of this year, when the pandemic hit locally, a large portion of their business disappeared overnight.
As many companies are like, shoot, what do we do? But, luckily we're a team of engineers, and we always had a lot of ingenuity, and we thought, how can we be part of the solution? How can we help?
They quickly pivoted to using drones to clean and disinfect large venues, like arenas, and tested at the Syracuse War Memorial.
And so the biggest thing is making sure you apply enough product that it stays wet long enough to be able to kill the virus. And so that's why we couldn't use off-the-shelf drones. We kind of had to develop our own solution because we were finding we couldn't meet those wet times with the technology that existed today.
Eaglehawk says they use only EPA-approved products that the agency says would be effective against COVID-19.
We're using a sensor that allows us to navigate indoors very safely, so we can detect cables as small as a ½ inch. It allows us to fly around the nets and do different things like that.
They've also tested outside at Salem Field, where the Buffalo Bison's AAA baseball team usually plays. Jobs that would take a crew an entire shift or more, now able to be done with these drones in a couple hours.
We're just excited to be able to be a part of a potential solution.
Jeff Kulikowski, News Channel 9.
A bit of a genius solution to that problem. That's good. Any port in a storm, right? What do they say? Something about is the mother of invention? I don't know. That's a great invention. And they're going to get DEC approval to do it outside, don't you think? The drones to disinfect?
Yeah.
I think so.
It's amazing.
Hey, you guys read People magazine? When you go to Wegmans, you look at the checkout and pull of People?
My mom is a faithful reader.
46 years ago, the first edition was published. It's the focus of our question of the day. Who was on the cover of the very first People magazine back in 1974? Was it Liz Taylor, Jane Fonda, Mary Tyler Moore, or Mia Farrow?
Ooh, all good choices.
That's a great question. Mull it over, okay, and we'll answer it together at the bottom of the hour. Also coming up at 6:30, after a drastic spike in deaths reported in just one day in Onondaga County, we've learned the reason for the jump. We'll get the explanation at 6:30.
And still ahead at 6:19, we've been seeing what they have been up to. We'll introduce you to our athlete of the week, a hockey player that has continued to excel.
Oh, necessity is the mother.
Yes,
of invention.
necessity.
Necessity is the mother of invention.
You're watching the Morning News with Dan Cummings, Jennifer Sanders, and Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast. News Channel 9, the local station. Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
All right, calling all of you photographers, heads up, we are taking submissions for the Storm Team calendar through the 17th. So you have another week to gather up your fantastic photos that maybe you've taken within the last year. Head over to our website and maybe it'll make it to our 2021 Storm Team calendar. Beautiful start to our morning in Morrisville. We have a nice clear sunny sky, 37 degrees at the Syracuse airport. Our wind has shifted a bit to the southwest, and that wind is going to pick up a bit later this afternoon, more so for tomorrow. But with that sun, fades behind the clouds by noontime, and then we are ending our day with some rain showers and eventually some snow showers. Temperatures are going to run well below normal, with many of us not even making it out of the 40s for today. So you'll want that warmer jacket. Obviously, we've been talking about snow this week, but I also just want to point out, because this is something that everyone's going to deal with, the really cold temperatures. We have a piece of the polar vortex over us for tomorrow. We don't talk about that very often in May. We wake up tomorrow morning in the upper 20s to near 30 degrees. The record low for tomorrow is 30. So we have a very good chance of breaking that during the day tomorrow, only making it to the lower 40s at best. We're also going to be in and out of bursts of snow showers, very, very windy tomorrow. Maybe even some thunder snow. Not ruling that out for tomorrow. A little bit quieter on Sunday. Not ruling out morning lake effect snow showers, but temperatures close to 50 degrees, especially with any little bit of sun, but it's still going to be on the chilly side. So we have nothing on live Doppler 9 now, but our storm that's happening late tonight into tomorrow is currently over Ohio. It's eventually going to strengthen and move off the coast, and that's going to send some precipitation our way. So the sun fading behind the clouds by noontime, then we have some of that rain, and now we have some snow. This is kind of our first round out of a few that happens. Most of it is Syracuse, points east and south. So if you were in the higher elevations of, say, Madison, Shenango, Cortland, southern Onondaga counties, you have the best chance of picking up that slushy coating. Dealing with more snow showers moving in overnight. We're in and out of the snowbursts during the day tomorrow. All right, so watch for that quick drop in visibility. Again, thunder snow not out of the question. Temperatures only around 40 degrees. But notice in between these snow showers, we have breaks in the clouds and we have some sun. That little bit of sun should help us get into at least the lower 40s for tomorrow. But look in the corner of your screen. Look at that wind. It's very, very blustery with gusts over 30, 40 miles per hour. So how much snow? Well, like I mentioned, if you're in the higher elevations south and east of Syracuse, you have the best chance of about 1 to 3 inches of snowfall. The majority of us should be around an inch or less. So definitely going to be an interesting weekend for sure. One that we'll remember for a while. Then we're going to keep things cool most of next week.
Mother's Day weekend and a birthday weekend for Becky. Happy birthday, 27 years old. Well, actually, it's Sean's birthday. Becky loves you, though, Sean. So does Amber, your kids, Mom, Oscar, Dad, and the whole family. Happy 27th birthday to Sean.
Happy birthday, Sean.
Happy 8th birthday to Savannah. She loves her dog, her family, and her friends. Happy birthday from your mommy, daddy, AJ, and Coco.
And happy 6th birthday to Alexi, and your mom loves you so much. We hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful day.
How about Kobe? Kobe is 2. Happy birthday to you from the whole family, Kobe. Take a nap.
And we have another 8th birthday to Sophia. Your family's so proud of you and love you very much, from your mom and the whole family.
All right, wishing twins Maggie and Michael a happy 14th birthday. Love your family.
Well, here's a special happy 80th birthday shout out to Carmela in quarantine. God love you. Stay healthy. Your children, your grandchildren, and all your great-grandchildren love you, and say happy birthday.
Happy 1st birthday to Lane. This is from your grandma and papa, who love you very, very much.
And a very happy 13th birthday to Mari. She loves dancing and spending time with her family. We love you so much. We hope that you have an absolutely amazing day. So if you'd like to be on the Champions Billboard, just let us know. You can send us that picture to champions@localsyr.com.
Well, the sun is shining now, but that's not the case all day. So we have a little bit of snow coming our way this weekend. Your forecast first is next.
In this morning's GMA First Look, kids and COVID-19.
Jay, can you say one thing more? Can you say goodnight, Mommy?
A seemingly healthy boy became critically ill and was rushed to the hospital after going into cardiac arrest.
We saw him there. We checked for a pulse. No pulse at all.
Jaden Hardawar's family tells us in late April, he spiked a fever. A pediatrician telling them he should continue taking children's Tylenol. Days later, the fever started to go away, but Jaden was still weak.
Their cardiovascular system is so compromised, they're in shock.
But just last week, Jaden took a turn for the worse. That's coming up at 7 a.m. Plus, Dr. Ashton weighs in live with the information every parent needs to know. With your GMA First Look, I'm Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, New York.
Now, your forecast first. Certified as Central New York's most accurate.
The 24-hour planner, so it is turning cold. In fact, we are probably going to break some record lows for tomorrow morning. Highs today only in the 40s. We're nice and sunny now. It's chilly, but those clouds moving in and eventually some rain and snow showers. Most of our snow showers are happening in a couple of waves tonight and then off and on throughout the day tomorrow. It's also very, very windy tomorrow with gusts over 30 and 40 miles per hour.
All right, we're catching up with some athletes of the week here during the pandemic. Where are they now? You know, Daniel Colabufo from West Genesee last competed in Central New York 2 full years ago. Since then, he's been on a path to becoming a Division I hockey player.
So this morning, our Darius Joshua details Colabufo's journey in our latest Athlete of the Week. Where are they now?
Daniel Colabufo's only regret about the last 4 years is that he only got to do it once.
Truthfully, it goes by way too fast. Like, I wish I could slow time down and do it all over again.
After his sophomore season, Colabufo went from a West Genesee Wildcat to a Northwood Husky, getting a new coach other than his father, Frank, in the process.
I played for him for 14 years, so he was more of a dad this year, but those conversations after the game, the coach kind of came out in him a little bit.
Even in Lake Placid, Daniel's family still got to see him flourish. In 114 games, he registered 52 goals and 57 assists. His junior year, The Huskies won their first ever state title in the U.S. High School Prep League.
If you win states, you move on to nationals, so it's the top 16 teams in the whole country. We ended up losing the semifinal 3-1, so that was tough, but the fact that we made it that far was really special.
It would be after that junior season that Carla Bufo made a visit to Holy Cross, falling in love with the school and the head coach, David Berard.
Everything that he was describing about the program and the type of player that a Holy Cross player is, I kind of just saw myself in the game, and I saw myself as the person he was describing.
But his time to officially become that player won't be until 2021. Up first is the Alberta Junior Hockey League with the Bonnyville Pontiacs and head coach Rick Swan.
I'll have the ability to grow as a player, but also as a person. It was a really hard decision, but at the same time, he kind of made it easy, and I know that's where I want to be, and I'll have the best chance to develop for Holy Cross there.
Getting better, one step at a time. Darius Joshua, News Channel 9 Sports.
Now, your forecast first. Certified as Central New York's most accurate.
All right, here's a breakdown of how things are going to shake out. So we're mainly dry during the day today. We're still chilly in the 40s. We start off our day sunny, but those clouds thicken, and then we're dealing with rain and snow showers by this evening. For tomorrow, it's a wintry day. We're also looking at possible record cold temperatures tomorrow morning, but during the day, we're in and out of snow showers, some of those snow squalls. We're not even ruling out thunder snow for tomorrow, but when it's not snowing, you'll have breaks of sunshine. It's also going to be very windy tomorrow. Mother's Day, it's a chilly one in the 40s, near 50. Also watching out for some morning snow showers. We may pick up an additional coating to an inch then. How are we doing with the snow standings? In case you're curious, we're at 87.3 for the season in Syracuse. still behind Rochester by about 4 inches. They're at 91. All right, so how much snow are we talking? Majority of us will only see less than an inch of snowfall through tomorrow afternoon. Once you're going up in those higher elevations south and east of Syracuse, that's where we have the best chance of possibly about those 1 to 3 inches.
All right. Time for the question of the day. Think this one over. More than 46 years ago, back in 1974, the first People magazine hit the stands. It's our question of the day. Who was on the cover of the very first issue of People? Was it Liz Taylor, Jane Fonda, Mary Tyler Moore, or Mia Farrow? Take a guess on Facebook or Twitter. That's a tough one. Could be any of them in there in the mid-70s. We'll check it out in about 2 minutes when we start our news at 6:30.
I wanted more from my COPD medicine. That's why I've got the power of 1, 2, 3 medicines with Trelegy. The only FDA-approved once daily 3-in-1 COPD treatment.
Trelegy, the power of 1, 2, 3. Trelegy, 1, 2, 3. Trelegy.
With Trelegy and the power of 1, 2, 3, I'm breathing better. Trelegy works 3 ways to open airways, keep them open, and reduce inflammation for 24 hours of better breathing.
Trelegy won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Trelegy is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Do not take Trelegy more than prescribed. Trelegy may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
Think your COPD medicine is doing enough? Maybe you should think again. Ask your doctor about once daily Trelegy and the power of 1, 2, 3.
Trelegy, 1, 2, 3.
Save at Trelegy.com.
Happening now.
Creating that balance, teachers try to end the academic year on a high note, but many are also keeping their own children engaged while teaching remotely.
And on the radar, recent COVID case spikes in Madison and Oneida counties catching the eye of the Federal Department of Labor. What we know about those hotspots coming up.
But first, a dramatic spike in the number of COVID-19 deaths in Onondaga County. What the county executive says is to blame for the jump.
From WSYR-TV Syracuse, the local station, you're watching the Morning News.
Happy Friday morning to you. I'm Jennifer Sanders at 6:30.
And I'm Dan Cummings. Good morning. Good to see you. Kate, good to see you, even though you got a little well.
Yeah.
With the news that I have, this is the typical don't shoot the messenger type of forecast for today and the weekend.
A little snow for May, Mother's Day weekend.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be ready for that. How about a little more details on the weather?
Well, today actually is not that bad, especially this morning. We're okay. We're dealing with sunshine. We have some clouds moving in later on. It's not until this evening we're going to notice rain showers and quickly changing over to snow showers. That happens earlier this evening, okay? Temperatures in the 40s. And then tonight we turn very cold, and then we're in and out of those snowbirds. And that's really going to be the case tomorrow. We're in and out of the snow showers. It's going to feel like a late February, early March type of day tomorrow. And we're going to keep that chill around into Mother's Day. So we're going to break this down even further with the snow map coming up in just a few minutes.
There's been a startling jump in COVID-19's death toll in Onondaga County. It went from 41 to 60 after adding 19 cases in that were not in the county's daily numbers.
Yeah, and these deaths coming from people living in nursing homes. So the state health department admits a lack of consistency in how nursing homes report those deaths to the state and then the state to the county, which is why the state went back to review the numbers. The Onondaga County Health Commissioner broke the news to the county executive. Here's what he had to say yesterday.
And she brought the point to try to comfort me, I guess, that there's a level of dignity dying in your home. And this is home for these people. And so that was, I appreciated that, but that's the worst part about this.
Well, the same state data lists 18 deaths in Oneida County nursing homes. The state data will affect their county numbers as well. Their current death toll is 19.
Well, COVID-19 hotspots in Madison and Oneida counties have caught the attention of Governor Cuomo. He's mentioned them this week in his daily briefing.
And now the cases are on the radar of federal employees with the U.S. Department of Labor. News Channel 9's Julia LeBlanc joining us now live from Green Empire Farms in Oneida. So, Julia, what do we know so far about these cases?
Well, Dan and Jennifer, we reached out to OSHA, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, and the only thing they can tell us right now is they're aware of the situation and they're gathering information right now. The facility they're specifically looking at here is Green Empire Farms, after a hotspot came out of here from COVID-19 recently. Initially, a small group of workers had the virus back in April. Then Madison County health officials called on the state to do some proactive testing on the other 300 employees. Now, that testing happening over the weekend, and at last check, we're told 75 people from Madison County tested positive for COVID-19 and just over 50 seasonal workers from Oneida County in that initial batch of testing. But yesterday, Oneida County Executive Anthony Pacenti says 21 more workers have tested positive for the virus. Now, county health leaders stressing they do not believe the virus spread in the facility, but in the hotels many of the employees stay at together in both Madison and Oneida counties. Pacenti sharing a breakdown of the cases he's seeing and how it relates to facilities like Green Empire Farms.
When you do an overall scope of it, you'll see that facility-related cases are at approximately 67%, and the non-facility related, or public contact, if you will, is at 33% that are not directly related to a facility.
Now, those who have tested positive for COVID-19 are in quarantine in their hotels, but this facility we're seeing is open because employees are coming in and out as of now. Now, we're expecting an update from Madison County health officials on the latest here at Green Empire Farms. Live in Oneida, Julia LeBlanc, News Channel 9.